Skipback Township. Board and administration, there's one main role of the public education system, and that is to create a safe environment to educate and prepare students to enter a career to be a productive citizen of society. The mere fact that administration would propose AR 103 to retire 720 shows a lack of priorities at PV. We know that kids' brains are not fully developed until they are 25. We are actually the adults, and yet here we are making decisions to put our children, yes, children whose brains are not fully developed, in a situation that they're not emotionally, intellectually, or mature enough to handle. Think of the increased level of anxiety from PV students knowing that they will be sharing a locker room or bathroom with a person of the opposite biological sex. We are asking children to give up their right to privacy, something that I'm fairly certain most adults in this room are not willing to do, yet we expect so much of our kids. And we wonder why the mental health crisis is so bad in the district and society, yet here we are letting children dictate policy based on feelings. We have heard over and over that nothing has happened, there have been no issues. I have to say I don't agree and believe those statements to be true. And yet, and even though I don't agree with those statements made by administration, let's all agree for 1 second in my next point that there have been no issues. The policy for armed guards, SPOs, that policy was put in place as a preventative measure. Policies are often created for that exact reason, to deter or prevent something tragic to happen. And what happened last year was that PV was taking a look around what was going around in other school districts and decided let's proactively put armed school officers as a necessary safety policy, and that's what they did. And to reiterate, despite PV not having experienced an active shooter situation, SPOs were put in place as a safety measure for all students to deter that tragedy from ever occurring here. 720 was another safety measure policy, created, voted on, and put in place to protect all students. I am sure Loudoun County and other districts like that never imagined anything like rape happening on their campuses. I am certain they had wished they had put stronger safety policies and procedures in place to keep their bathrooms and locker rooms safe. I can't imagine how the community, the students, and the school board and administration of those districts feel and wish they had put in a more rigorous policy in place to try to avoid that. It's truly sad and unfortunate for everyone involved that they had not taken the steps that we took here in PV with Policy 720. Again, a proactive safety measure. If the board should vote to implement AR 103 tonight, I just hope for the sake of PV students, the community, the board, and administration that nothing like what happened at Loudoun County should happen here. That would be something that would haunt this district for a lifetime. Thank you.